Good evening, friends. Welcome back to my channel, Infinite Trade. My name is Robin, and let's do our Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis for tomorrow. So, before we begin the analysis today, I think Nifty was completely sideways today because of a gap up in both Nifty and Bank Nifty. However, Bank Nifty was a little weak the entire day, and it came down, tested some important lows, and then bounced back strongly with some bullishness. So what is the next plan is something that we are going to discuss today. So if we look at the, okay, first let's see what kind of a candle is formed in the daily chart, and do we see any kind of a continuation pattern or a reversal pattern. So yeah, so let's zoom this. So after a strong bull candle, we now have a kind of a indecision candle in Nifty. Okay, that too with a gap up. And I checked SGX Nifty due to some positive news from the Ukraine-Russia war. SGX Nifty is trading nearly 200 points higher, somewhere close to the next resistance of 17,600. So let's see how it works tomorrow, if it's going to be in our favor, or what happens usually is a gap up or a significant gap up eventually dies down, and people like us suffer at times. So let's see what should be the plan for tomorrow. So if you look at Bank Nifty's daily candle, it's trying to, it's still hitting the resistance of 200 EMA or somewhere close to 36,000. So let's see if it crosses and sustains above. So before we begin the analysis, let's quickly check out the participant wise open interest. So if you look at the participant wise open interest, FIs have added future long and a small quantity of future short. So we'll avoid this because this can be a kind of a hedge. So but overall their future positions are definitely bullish, no doubt about it. And if you look at the call options and the put options, call, they are long, and surprisingly they are also long on the put side. So that means they might know the news, and like they might know that there's some kind of a news that is going to come, so hence they are long in both the options. However, call longs are greater than the put longs. That means they are expecting an upside movement, either with a gap up or maybe a strong momentum on the upside. And if you look at pros, pros is completely bullish, call long and call put short. And if we look at FIIs, they are expecting volatility and both side movement. Okay, and tomorrow being a Wednesday, we usually see that the Wednesdays are volatile and it's a very good premium eating day. So but the only thing is, since they are long, so they're not expecting premium eating by themselves, but eventually they may book all these positions and then start selling call options or put options for the coming expiry. So overall FIS seems to be looking at both side swings, and pros seems to be bullish. So now let's quickly check out the price action and see what should be a plan for tomorrow. So yeah, so I'm activating my lines. Okay, so these are some resistances and support that we have at the moment. So let's quickly check out Bank Nifty. So just in case if there is a flat opening, and if it closes above say 35 900 or 920, then we'll definitely sit for a call. Do not think that it may hit 36,000 and fall back again. It will not really respect 100-point movement, that too in the opening or in the morning. Okay, so it will easily surpass it, and it may go even up to 36 500 to 700 levels. And when do we not sit in a call is, I'm marking a level here. So this is that place. This is somewhere close to 36 672. Okay, so if you look at this big red candle, so while it was putting some downside pressure, immediately this fall was stopped and it took support at 200 EMA. So let's consider 35,600. So below 35,600, will not look for any call option. But definitely this entire area 35,600 to 36,000, this 400 point range is definitely for call options. Okay, so any flat opening, and if it breaks this range, let me just mark things so that it becomes easier. Okay, so for example, for intraday we'll consider this level. Okay, so what is that level? That I think that will be somewhere close to 35,800 if I'm not wrong. Yeah, correct, 35,800. So if it opens between 35,800 to 35,900 and then it breaks this particular high, we are definitely going to buy a call option, and our first target would be somewhere close to 36,300 and then 36,500. Okay, in case of a gap down, say if it is opening with a gap down within this range, again things gonna be the same. We'll look for a breakout on the upside and buy a call option. We'll think about put only below 35,600, and in case if we are opening with a gap down here, we'll avoid it, because since this is a range, they may again try to be in this range, and whenever they break the range is when we are going to trade on that particular side. So this is the view of flat opening and gap down opening. Now let's discuss what if Bank Nifty opens with a gap up. So gap up is going to be confusing because FIIs have call long, pros have call long and put short. So a lot of positions this side, so they'll definitely book it. Okay, and when they book it, obviously retailers will try to kind of sell call to them or something like that, because everyone will expect that the market is going to come down. So hence there is a possibility, since both of them are on the similar side, they may create a lot of confusion tomorrow. So what we're going to do is, in case of a gap up, the best thing is we'll wait for a 15 minutes candle. Okay, people who are comfortable with 5 minutes candle, and if it is forming a candle and if it's breaking the low immediately, then they can definitely enter. But if you look at today's, the momentum was not that great on the downside, and this may even happen tomorrow, so that the premiums can be brought under control. So the best thing is to wait for a 15 minutes candle, and in case if a 15 minutes candle is breached on the lower side, is when we can buy a put. But for this we need a significant gap up. We need a gap up around 36,200 to 36,400, somewhere like that, so that we are sure that a 300-400 points is a very good option to for all of the people to book their profits. So since they both are on the same side, they may not come down immediately like this. They may kind of hover here, and then maybe slow and steadily they may come down. So keep this in mind. So this is my view on Bank Nifty. Let's quickly check out Nifty. Okay, Nifty was bullish throughout the day, and if you see, it was continuously trading within a small range, and finally it gave a breakout on the upper side. So this was that particular range. Okay, so if you look at this range, what should be a plan is, okay, yeah, okay, so Nifty has already given a range breakout. So what we can do is, let me change the color of this. So I'm doing analysis right in front of you live, because I just came back from the hospital, and yeah, So we'll also mark this particular center line. Okay, so this is like a magnet. So if the market is hovering around this, it will always hover around 17,300. Okay, so below this the market can kind of play in this range, but just in case, if we see Nifty to be opening somewhere around this place, okay, then definitely once it crosses this, we are going to buy a call option here, and our first target is going to be 17,450, which is the weekly high, and then eventually we have 17,625, which is a strong resistance again. Okay, and since we saw that, like I already told you, we're expecting a very big gap up. So understand one thing, 17,450 is a weekly high, and weekly highs cannot be just broken with a gap up so easily. So the profit booking may definitely come, and eventually they'll come down even below 17,450, and they'll bring the market down. There is a very high possibility, whether it may happen tomorrow or day after, that is something which we'll have to watch it during the live market, but definitely they're going to come down. And how do they break this weekly high is with a consolidation and then break it strongly. Okay, so that's how a resistance must be broken. So I always give example to a lot of people, like, so what is a gap up? Gap up is like, there is a compound wall, and you want to enter, say your friend's house, and you jump through a compound wall and take access to your friend's place. So that is not the right way of going, right? Anybody from their neighbor, if they see you, they'll kick you. So that's how market is. So if we are jumping above the compound, definitely we are going to be kicked off. So we need to get access through the door, and we need to go like a gentleman, is what I believe. So keep this in mind. A significant gap up, the plan is going to remain the same. We'll wait for a 15 minutes candle, and then if the low is broken, we'll definitely buy a put, but no put anywhere here. Only with a significant gap up is where we're expecting a put side trade. So keep this in mind, and there might be some news based manipulations tomorrow. So definitely we need to trade with a strict stop loss. So that's my view on Nifty and Bank Nifty. Not expecting any gap down. In case of a gap down, say if it is opening somewhere here, we'll wait for it to either break this range, or maybe it should come back above and then break this range. But this range, we are not going to trade within this. Okay, we'll only trade the breakout, and any gap down below this, definitely then there is something wrong in the market, and there is a higher chance that it may fall down quickly. But as of now, no put we are expecting here, except for a very big gap up. So this is my view on Nifty and Bank Nifty for tomorrow. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video. Let's meet in another video, and till then, take care. Bye bye.